video I'm going to talk about making a photography magazine using an online service. I used the Blurb magazine service and was able to make a magazine for just about saleable cost. For my magazine concept, I decided on a magazine of top 15 destinations. Of course, I haven't been to so many places in the world I can say what the top 15 locations are in the world, and this magazine wouldn't even show the top 15 destinations that I've been to myself. It would, however, show 15 locations that I thought were fantastic and well worth visiting. The 15 locations will be taken from my digital archive, so this was from the last 15 years. So first, having a look at the magazine, then making it and talking about costs. The front cover is from Sitges, Spain. Not in the top 15, but a great place to visit. Then a page explaining my difficulties in choosing a favourite destination and how I would struggle to even name a top 5, but could just about do a top 10. Then into the locations. They were first Tenerife, on the list because of its amazing geography and being a fun place to bus around. Then Greece, one of the most beautiful countries in Europe. I haven't been there enough. Then Turkey, on the edge of Europe with a fusion of Middle Eastern and European characteristics, making it an incredible place to travel around. Then Madeira, a beautiful Atlantic island with incredible landscapes, far enough away from Europe to not be too touristy. Italy, classic architecture and history to experience. The food's not too bad too. Croatia, if you get away from the tourist centres, it becomes very beautiful. Not an undiscovered country though, but still amazing. France has so many different landscapes, fantastic food and culture. Switzerland, the mountains and lakes make it one of the most incredible landscapes in Europe. Portugal, my favourite country in Europe at the moment. I want to see a lot more. Australia, a vast country with diverse landscapes. Even exploring one state takes several months. Iceland, the people and geography are what keeps me going back. Plenty more trips here for me to do. The Azores, far out in the Atlantic, the incredible Azores was somewhere at the top of my list for years. I made it on my second attempt. Thailand. Thailand's tourist infrastructure makes it a good first step into Southeast Asia. Temples, food and friendly people, 3 reasons to go. Japan. So different to the West, Japan is a trip of a lifetime. Its length from north to south give it many ecosystems to see. Then number 15, the UK. People like to knock the UK, but really has some great places to visit. Familiarity breeds contempt, but in this case, not really justified. Then there is a page with some film destinations that I left out as I didn't have digital photography of them. They are great locations nevertheless. So these were India, intense and sometimes scary, but fun also, with some incredible places. Hawaii, the best of the US, but so far to travel from the UK. Yosemite, awesome landscapes and never forgotten. And finally Tanzania. The national parks and offshore islands are 2 very good reasons to visit. Then on the back cover, Krakow, Poland. It didn't make the top 15, but a pretty cool city with plenty to see. So I used Blurb for making the magazine. It's always worth watching out for any discounts. They can go from 20% up to 50% sometimes. And I decided to use the magazine product. So the actual final magazine looks pretty good, nearly as good as these pictures. You can use a variety of ways of creating the magazine. I use their Bookwrite software, which is probably the easiest way to make the magazine. So with Bookwrite, you just drag in pictures on the left and then either use a template or start with the basic page and just drag in the images. It's quite easy. The costs, the magazine came to £4 a copy, and I decided to have 2 copies, one to keep and one to have a look through, coming to £8. The shipping and handling to the UK was pretty expensive, £13, and I think that's because it was coming from the States rather than with the books which come from Europe, so they're cheaper. So the total cost was £20 for 2 books, so £10 each. But if you're getting a whole batch done, then the shipping and handling wouldn't work out so expensive. So I was able to make a pretty cool magazine for £4 a copy. If you wanted to do a promotion for your business with, say, a run of 100, it wouldn't be too expensive. I'm sure there are cheaper options, but Blurb provides quality publications that I've always been happy with. I'd be interested to hear in the comments if you tried any other options for creating a self-published magazine and what your experiences were. Hope this was interesting and thanks for watching.